Hey you guys, and welcome back to another video. It's been some time. It's been a minute. If you are new here, my name is Kelsey. I'm a beauty and lifestyle content creator here on YouTube, as well as a freelance makeup artist in my spare time, and all the while trying to balance my 9 to 5 as a communication and marketing coordinator. It's been over a year since I've uploaded my last video, but I'm here, I'm back, and I'm so excited to be back on YouTube, ready to film some new and exciting content for you guys. On my next video, I'll be sharing with you many of my life updates and where I've been. Today, I'll be sharing with you all my go-to soft glam makeup look that literally lasts all day and you can wear during any season. So without further ado, let's get into this makeup look. So first things first, I'm gonna prime my skin with the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. This primer is perfect if you have dry skin because it has that coconut water base that is really hydrating on the skin, creating a soft base for the rest of your makeup. Right on top, I'm going to spray my Morphe Continuous Prep and Set Mist. I found that spraying this really locks in the primer, creates a base that is going to keep my makeup in place. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Revolution Pro Concealer. This is the Ultimate Coverage Waterproof Concealer. Y'all, I've been using this also for some years. And this is in the shade C11.2. This is probably one of my favorite go-to drugstore concealers for a more full coverage look. With this concealer, I like applying it on the back of my hand and then dabbing it lightly just to spread it out, pressing it in underneath my under eye. As you can see, that made a huge difference in my eye area. And whatever's left on the back of my hand, I'm just gonna dab around my chin area, just because I feel like I have a little bit of discoloration and I want it to be even. Next, I'm gonna go in with my foundation. So it's currently the summertime, so my skin tone is a bit darker than it usually is. Therefore, I'm gonna go in with my summer shades. So I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me Foundation in the shade 338 Spicy Brown. And I also wanna mix in my House Labs foundation by Lady Gaga, which is of course one of my favorites. So with this, I'm just gonna dab. Ooh, that was a bit much. It's gonna get used. It's gonna get used anyway. So we have that, and then I'm gonna apply 1 pump of my House Labs foundation. Oh, and this is in the shade 340 Medium Cool. Next, I'm gonna blend this out by using my Real Techniques 200 foundation brush. With this, I like to just buff it into my skin. Ladies, make sure you get that hairline. Make sure you blend your foundation to your jawline area and also to your ears. Especially if you're gonna have your hair behind your ears and, you know, some nice earrings, you wanna make sure that part is also the same shade as your foundation. So my skin right now is looking really bronzy and dewy. I'm loving it. Next, I'm going to apply my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Cookie. I want my skin to be the main focal point. I'm not gonna put too much concealer on. So I'm just gonna apply it in kind of like a triangle, but I'm not going to fill out this area, which I usually do. But today we're going for something a little bit more of a lifted eye look. And then I'm gonna apply it on my chin, Cupid's bow, nose, bridge, and just a little bit on my forehead area. Usually I will let this concealer set for a couple minutes, but this is a pretty full coverage concealer. I feel like I don't need to let this set. I just go in and blend it out. Now that the concealer's on, I'm gonna go in with blush. I'm gonna go in with these two liquid blushes from e.l.f. These are the Camo liquid blushes. This hot pink one is in the shade Pinky Promise, and this kind of like a glittery peachy pink is in Peach Perfect. So this process I'm gonna do quickly because we still need to set the concealer. So with these, I'm just gonna mix them. And then I'm gonna take this really small beauty blender and just lightly dab this on my cheeks. I like to apply it a little bit higher just to give it more of that lifted look. And I'm just building it up as I go. Like I said, these liquid blushes are pretty pigmented, so you don't want to go in with a lot, you know, you want to build it up. Now that that's on, I'm gonna go in and do some cream contouring, and I'm gonna use this black opal foundation stick in the shade Espresso. So with this, I'm gonna go right on top of that blush with this. And to blend this out, I'm just gonna use this flat, dense foundation buffing brush. But first, I'm gonna spray it a little and then blend it out. As you can see, like, look at the material. It blends out so nicely. I love it. And then I'm gonna like dab lightly with a dense eyeshadow brush and go down the bridge of my nose to do a little nose contouring. Before setting, of course, I want to blend out this concealer because I already know it creased up a little bit while I was blending the other products. So I'm just gonna lightly, very lightly dab underneath my eyes. To set all the areas where I applied the concealer, I'm going to use my tried and true Airspun powder in Naturally Neutral. And I like to set this with like a powder puff, and just going to press that in. I like to allow the powder to set in my skin just for a few seconds, and then I'm gonna just blend it out to like the rest of my makeup. So once that translucent powder is blended into my skin, I like to go in with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder in the shade 1040. This powder is super lightweight and fine, so it doesn't really add that much coverage. It just lightly sets it with just a dab of, you know, color to it. I'm gonna use this full powder brush by Eco Tools and honestly just lightly dust the perimeter of my face. I find that without setting my face with this powder and just going in with the powder blush and contour, I can see those harsh lines. So this just lightly sets everything without it looking, you know, cakey. Just gives it that, you know, airbrushed, soft look. I'm gonna go in with the NARS blush in the shade Orgasm X, and I'm just gonna apply that exactly where I blended that liquid blush. Next, I'm gonna go in with my powder bronzer. This isn't necessarily a bronzer per se. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way face powder in the shade Chai. I'm using this to set the areas where I applied that cream contour. Also, you can apply bronzer if your makeup is looking a little bit too light. You can really warm it up by doing this method. Now I'm just gonna take a break from the skin and fill in my brows. To do that, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Ultra Precise brow pencil here. I don't see the shade up here, but I'm gonna put it down in the description below if you want to know all the makeup details. So this next step is optional, but I like doing this just to fill them in a little bit and make them more defined. And I'm gonna use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Dark Brown. So with that, I just apply a little bit of that pomade towards the end of my brows. And after filling in my brows, I like to lightly clean them in with the concealer. Just clean up under my brows, just lightly. So I'm not gonna go in with any eyeshadow. I usually just use my contour or any dark bronzer that I have. So I'm just gonna go in with the same bronzer that I use for my face and a Morphe N504 brush, just a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and just use circular motions to blend that into my eye area. And I also like to blend this down the bridge of my nose. Next, I'll be applying the lashes. I love the way these look. Y'all gonna see. I like to first place them on my lash line just to see how much I need to cut off so it fits perfectly on my lash line. And for the glue, I always use the Duo Brush On Adhesive Lash Glue, and this is the clear one. Before I actually put the lashes on, I'm gonna apply a really light layer of mascara. I do this so when I apply the false lashes on my natural lash, it blends in seamlessly. Okay, you guys, lashes are on. So next I'm going to lightly apply some mascara on my bottom lash line. Next, I'm gonna go in with the lip combination. Line my lips, I'm gonna go in with my NYX lip liner in the shade Nutmeg. That was definitely more of a warm toned lip liner, but I want something more neutral, so I'm going in with this NK Makeup. It's actually an eyebrow pencil, but I'm using it to line my lips, and this is in the shade Brown. For the lipstick, I'm using my favorite peachy nude lipstick, and this is from MAC. It's in the shade Peach Stock. Just to make sure that my lipstick and my lip liner blends, I'm just gonna take this small dense like eyeshadow brush and blend out that lip liner, just so there's no harsh lines. Right on top, I'm going to use my NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. So I like my under eye area to look a little bit more bright, so I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Ultra Blur Setting Powder in the shade Translucent Honey. So I'm just gonna dab lightly on the back of the cap and just press that powder under my eye area. I love doing that step because it blurs my pores and just makes the center of my face look so soft, and it looks like I have a filter on. Like, I love it. Next, I'm gonna quickly use this Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And I like to immediately go in with my highlighter while my skin is a bit wet. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter in the shade Afternoon Snack. Now that the entire look is complete, I'm gonna set everything with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Well, you guys, this is the completed makeup look. I absolutely love the way it turned out. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your thoughts on this makeup look? What products you think you're gonna get next, and also what video ideas you would like for me to do next. I just want to thank all of my subscribers. Thank you so much for your support during these past few years, and also during my hiatus of, you know, the break that I took on YouTube. Thank you for sticking it through with me, so I truly appreciate you. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.